What's up, guys? WrestleMan is back here with another video, and this video is might come across as being sexist, might come across as me bashing women, but actually hear what I have to say, and you might think differently. Who knows? Anyway, let's talk about WWE Evolution, the WWE's half-assed apology to its women's division because they can't wrestle in Saudi Arabia in November. Come on, we all know let's not hide the fact what the show is. This show is a half-assed apology to their lackluster women's division because they're not allowed to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for the women because they can't wrestle in a foreign country that, because of religious purposes, they will not allow something. You're pretty much saying, we're sorry that the Saudi Arabians are strictly religious and they don't allow this sort of thing. Shame on them. Of course, you're disparaging another country's religion, and it's actually against the constitutional amendments to bash someone based on creed, gender, or religion. But that's what these WWE is secretly doing. They're just being very, very subtle with it because they don't want to come across as being dicks. But the company is fucking dick anyway, so who really cares? So yeah, Evolution. Apparently this show is underselling, and who is surprised? I'm not surprised. I knew the show was going to be a very hard sell because you're putting the women in a company that has a history of really poorly booking their women in prime positions. Now you want to dedicate an entire show to these women, and what women's division do you have to even warrant a show like this? You brought back the Bella cunts, and last Monday night, they were worse than they've ever been. Brie Bella was botching all over the place. Nikki Bella is still a horrible wrestler who people want to believe improved in the ring. She may have slightly improved here and there. She's still fucking terrible. Brie Bella is a fucking embarrassment to the wrestling business and should never be in the wrestling ring. Talents like Ember Moon are being sorely underutilized. Talents like Ruby Riott are being saddled with with Country Fried Logan and Liv Morgan and her stupid blue tongue and her worthless fucking faction and that just gets fed to baby faces every goddamn week. Ruby Riott is better than that. Logan and Morgan, they kind of suck in the ring. They're not good. Ruby, she's actually good. She can actually wrestle. And she's had some decent matches. Not fantastic matches, but she's had some good ones. Sasha Banks, I'm not a fan of Sasha Banks anymore. I was a big fan of her back in NXT when she was doing the whole boss, ratchet bitch thing. Of course, when you're a boss and you're a heel, I kind of can't take you seriously when you're fucking crying like a retard. They should stop calling Sasha the boss and just call her the crier, because she'll cry over every little fucking thing. You step on her foot, she'll cry. You tap on her shoulder, she'll cry. You say hello to her, she'll fucking cry. That actually might make it the most entertaining part of Monday Night Raw's women's division, is seeing her cry over every little thing. Then you can have fucking her little pal Bailey give her hugs every 5 seconds, because that's all that fucking idiot does, is just hug everybody. She can lose a match, she'll hug you. You can hit her in the fucking vagina with a fucking kendo stick and she'll hug you. That's Bailey's new gimmick. She'll hug you when you abuse her, she'll hug you anyway. Stupid, retarded. In NXT, Bailey's character worked because she was an underdog, and there were moments you can see the frustration get build up within her, and it worked because it brought her down to a more realistic level. And it kind of said that, listen, there's a time for fun and games and there are times to get serious. You don't see that bullshit in the main roster. These two idiots lose, and then next week they're all, there's wrestling and hugging, and we're all friends. We just lost an important match the week before, but gotta have a job. Stupid. You have Charlotte, who's only in the top spot because of her daddy. And Charlotte is not that good of a wrestler. I'm sorry. I don't like her at all. I think she's fucking flat out boring. Every time she does a move, it looks very sloppy. Becky Lynch is good. She's been winning me over a lot. But, you know, she ain't never going to get that position because, you know, Charlotte's a Flair. She has to be the prime focus. You have Ronda Rousey, and I really don't care about Ronda Rousey. She does nothing for me. She's been with the company since January, and she has improved, but she just has nothing. There's nothing there for me to latch on to. She's just fucking boring too. She's boring too. Her and her fucking smiling and her fake ass pissed off face that look comes across as her looking like she has a big old fucking turd stuck in her asshole and she can't squeeze it out. Now she's angry at the world because she can't get the shit out of her ass. It's the world's most aggravated constipation look that Ronda has when she goes angry. It comes across more as goofy funny than actually serious. I'm sorry. Angry Ronda is unintentionally funny Ronda. What else? I can't remember what else with the women's division because I really don't. Oh yeah, you have Asuka. Build her up for 2 years, undefeated streak. She loses to Charlotte, and then Charlotte loses to Carmella, and then Carmella beats Asuka twice, and you diminish Asuka in 3 straight pay-per-views in a row for Carmella? Why? And these are the women that are going to be at this Evolution show, and you're going to throw in Trish Stratus and Lita for nostalgic purposes because you know in your heart of hearts that these women that you have flat out fucking suck. Listen, Alexa Bliss is cute as all hell, but she's fucking terrible. And the whole excuse of her being a good talker, it's run its course. I don't give a fuck about Alexa Bliss as a character, as a talker. I don't care anymore. Get her off my TV for a little while. Reinvent her character because it's run its course. For the year that she was on top, she was fun, she was entertaining. Now, she's become intolerable, and I cannot take it anymore. Get her off my TV. Thank God they took Nia Jax off TV, because she's a fucking embarrassment also. She fucking flip-flops between heel and face. 1 week, she's like, oh, I hate bullying. The next week, she's bullying somebody. She's an inconsistent fucking idiot. And all these morons are going to be in this Evolution show, and you're wondering why it's not... And you're wondering why you can't sell out a 14,000 seat arena, and why so far you've only sold 7,000 tickets. It's because your core audience doesn't care about your women's division. They pretend to care, but they really don't care because you're not giving them a reason to care. This is a prime example of what happens when you cater in to SJW demands and you try to have everyone be on an equal footing. It doesn't work. That's not how it works, especially in the wrestling business that has always been catered to a male audience. Wrestling is like football. It's testosterone filled, it's ass kicking, it's violent. Women in the NFL are a part of the show as cheerleaders. Women in wrestling should be a part of the show as eye candy, something to look at. Every now and then, you put them in a match if they're capable of working a match. You don't make them a prime focus of the show. This is not the Attitude Era. That era is gone, long gone. The era of sexiness is gone. Women like Sable, they'll come around once in a lifetime. Sable, back in her prime, was a fucking gorgeous. She was a bombshell. She had sex appeal. And in wrestling, sex draws in more than women going in the ring and actually wrestling. A woman's sex appeal draws attention, not a woman's in-ring work ethic. That does not draw any attention. It's just like, oh, they can work, okay, that's cool. But let me see your tits, let me see your ass. That's what a male fan wants to see. They want to see TNA. But we live in such a pussified world that we can't get TNA in wrestling because, oh, he's sexist, oh, he just looking at women in a certain light. You're a woman in wrestling. I want to see your tits, I want to see your ass, I want to see your pussy. I don't want to see you wrestle. I don't care. I really don't care about women wrestling in the ring. I don't care anymore. I tried to care, I just don't care. Now, of course, I'm going to give you a contradicting statement right now. I do like seeing wrestling in the NXT. And again, in NXT, the women are actually portrayed in a more believable light. Their characters are actually easy to get into. Shayna Baszler, to me, is so much better than Ronda Rousey as a character and in-ring performer that I can get into her character. I like her character. Kairi Sane, she plays the role of the underdog really, really well. And she is booked to look really, and she's being booked to look really good. That naivety, it works. Those are characters that can work in wrestling, not as a prime focus, but can work for a story that you're trying to tell. In the main roster, I can't give you an example because there's nothing happening. It's just random tag matches, no storylines. It's the Divas division. It's the Divas division disguised as a women's revolution. But as JD from New York says, it's a de-evolution, which it is. It's a fucking de-evolution, and it's time we just fucking stop it. We stop trying to force these women into positions that they're just not meant to be in. They are not meant to be in. You can fucking blast me all you want. Women have a role in wrestling that when it works, it works. Why would you try to fix it? Why would you fix something that's not broken just to break it and make it look ridiculous? The reason why people like Trish Stratus and Lita would main event a Raw is because they had sex appeal and they had characters that people latched onto. The reason why a Charlotte vs. Sasha Banks main event doesn't work is because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about either Sasha Banks or Charlotte? They're not that good looking. They're okay. There's nothing sexy about Sasha Banks, in my opinion. Her and her fucking weave and bald head. There's nothing sexy about Charlotte. She looks like Ric fucking Flair without a dick. And yet, I'm supposed to buy these two as sex appeal? It's not sex appeal. It's not. I'm sorry. When I come from an era when you had Lita, Sable, Sunny, when she was fucking gorgeous, that is what sex appeal looks like in professional wrestling. That is what can draw attention to professional wrestling. The women now, sorry, what attention are they drawing? They're drawing flies to a pile of shit. That's what they're drawing. And those examples are the reason why I think evolution is failing, and it's going to be a failure, because it's offering you nothing. It's offering you a night of what promises to be very mediocre wrestling at best, with Lita and Trish as, come, please come, Lita and Trish are going to be here, yay! Mickey James is going to be here, though Mickey James is a legend, she's a good wrestler, and she's got sex appeal, but we're just going to make her, every time she's on TV, we're going to have people call her old and saggy, when in real life, when a young man sees a woman like Mickey James, they're going to get an erection, but we don't want to have to say that, because we're PG, and if you don't like young girls, then you suck, yay! Come on. Play to the strengths. Play to Mickey James' strength. Okay? Believe it or not, in porn, the MILF category is very popular in pornography. Why can't you apply something like that to WWE, to the PG logic of WWE? Say this, Mickey James is a mother, but she's fucking fantastic looking and she looks better than ever. She looks like $1 million. Fucking big boobs and a fat, juicy ass that people want to fucking eat and bang. Instead, you downplay her looks and say, oh, she's old and saggy. Stupid. And this is why the WWE de-evolution is a joke. Anyway. This video is just a random rambling. Hopefully it made sense to you guys who watch this thing. Let me know what you think in the comment sections below. Like the vid, subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you back next time for more content. Later.